Hi, I'm Jim Knotts, President and CEO of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund. Welcome to today's virtual reading of the names. 2022 marks the 40th anniversary of the dedication of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. As part of our commemoration, we'll host an in-person reading of the names at the wall from November 7th through 10th, 2022, when all 58,281 names on the wall will be read aloud. In the lead up to that event, we'll be reading names each day online while sharing the photos of these heroes. For our daily virtual reading, the names of the service members will be read by month and day of death between the years 1956 and 1975 in alphabetical order for the given day. We apologize in advance for any mispronunciations. Know that our readers are doing their best to honor these service members. We hope you'll listen and watch each day and share with others as we remember and honor those who gave their lives during the Vietnam War.
Gus Allen, Charles Arthur Barrett II, Fred Otis Baugh, Jr., Richard John Barnes, Dean Mitchell Baranek, Ronald Paul Blaze, John Franklin Bobb, Harry Lewis Boyle, James Richard Brown, Samuel Vincent Burwano, Kenneth Allen Butler, Jr., Michael Peter Carr, Douglas Dale Cheney, George W. Childress, Donald Jean Davenport, Danny Eugene Deese, Gary Lynn Dickey, Darrell Keith Dickey, Stanley Wesley Dix, Thomas Wade Dewar, Willard Dwayne Durham, Jr., Charles James Evans, James Robert Fisher, Melvin Ford, Charles Edward Ford, Larry Allen Gatliff, Robert Francis Geary, Jr., Francis Edward Geiger, Ronnie Lee Gibson, Roger Dwight Goldsmith, Margarito Rodriguez Gomez, Albert Gonzalez, Lawrence Dean Gosen, Stephen Howard Gravrock, Billy Monroe Gross, Daniel McNeil Gunn, Arthur Haddock, Paul Lynn Haining, Philip Hammonds, Gregory Philip Helsley, Carl O'Neill Henley, Charles Thomas Hess, Charles George Haydorn, David William Hill, Sid Hill, Harkles Leroy Hodges, John Michael Hogue, Ray Howard, Jr., Thomas Matthew Huntley, Dennis Earl Ijems, Jose Angel Irizarry, Lemoyne Jarrett, Samuel Arlen Johnson, Francis David Leo Johnson, Mitchell Jones, Jr., Richard David Kaler, John Francis Kitson, Stephen Liebitz, Jr., Gary Elton Lee, Jarvis Crawford Lauder, Andre Cavarro Lucas, Thomas Vernon Madison, James Henry Martin, Harry Michael Mather,
Hugh Robert McCabe, James Joseph McCarthy, Thomas Hubert McCarty, Harry Carlisle McMinnon, Bertrand C. Medine, Jr., Terry Lee Merritt, David George Mitchell, James Stephen Mitchell, Gary Owen Moore, Samuel Thomas Morrow, Richard Allen Mullins, Robert Allen Nelson, Benjamin Bird Newsom, Nelson Talmadge Nicely, Charles Edward Oliver, Jose Alberto Ortiz Burgos, Thomas Rudolph Owens, Edgar Eugene Parker, David Allen Pearson, Glenn Eugene Pelton, Jean Thomas Pemberton, Franklin William Picking, Myron Keith Renee, Eugenio Rodriguez, William Sidney Ross, Jr., Richard Lee Rousseau, Charles Sullivan Roy, Michael Allen Rudder, Jaime Arturo Salinas, James John Saltmarsh, Jack Wade Scarborough Jr., Stephen Owen Schultz, Donald William Seidel, Gary Leslie Schenk, Frank Joseph Sherrick Jr., James Douglas Smith, William Ward Smith, Dennis Jerome Speck, Glenn Eugene Spencer, Joel Paul Staunton, Sterling Dwight Stedman, Richard Doyle Stinnett, David Allen Strong, Larry Ivan Sutton, Kenneth Paul Tanner, Johnny R. Thaxton Jr., Benjamin Tillman, Wayne Elliott Timothy, Thomas James Tomsiak, Daniel Trammell, Roy Nicholas Ubler Jr., George Warren Underwood, William Francis Voss, Dante Volpone, Frank C. Wallenbeck, Wilfred Wesley Warner Jr., Orville D. Wells, Bobby Jean Wells, Bruce R. Wenban, Robert Lee Wenger, Randy Richard Wernig, William Henry White, Willie Woodson Wilkerson, Robert Charles Witzel, Robert Franklin Worley, John Joseph Zagata,